Happy belated Thanksgiving. I haven't had a lot of time to prepare for this video, but I think that actually might redound to my advantage because, I feel like I have a lot more questions in this video. I haven't, I guess, considered all these things to their conclusion, and I think that might really open some things up for discussion. Today I want to talk about gratitude. And, I guess I just want to consider how people from different walks of life consider and approach gratitude differently. The first thing that I wanted to look at was conservatives and liberals, like I was talking about in my last video. And I think, there's studies that conservatives are happier than liberals, and I think part of the reason that might be the case is that conservatives are more grateful than liberals. And, that's, I think, everything to do with their temperament. And, what I was talking about last time of, who they are is, who they are, like, almost definitionally. A conservative is more, they look at the institutions and structures of society and they're grateful for them. While a liberal is more predisposed to be suspicious of corruption and the people who are left behind by these institutions. So naturally, conservatives would have the edge on gratitude in that regard. However, I want to sidebar. I would say that happiness and gratitude are not the be-all, end-all. They're not the absolute judge of a life properly lived. Here's just a simple thought experiment. Is it better to be a happy, grateful citizen of Nazi Germany, or to be a unhappy person who's contending with their society in those circumstances? So anyway, there's more than one way to judge if you're living your life the best way. Another thought on gratitude is just that it doesn't make sense to tell people to be grateful if they don't believe in God. Because I feel like, to me, I feel like the definition of gratitude is so tied in to who you're being grateful to. When someone does something good for you, you're grateful to them. If God has done something for you, you're grateful to God. And I feel like the holiday of Thanksgiving, and I feel like the occasion is all about being grateful to God. In many ways, like, Christians don't hold non-believers to the same standards. We don't expect them to do the same things. We don't tell them to not having sex before marriage is a pretty common Christian moral stance that we don't necessarily expect everyone else in society to abide by. In that regard, I feel like it doesn't make sense to tell people to be grateful when they have no relationship with God. Because isn't that the entire point of Thanksgiving? And I guess finally related to that, that's sort of, I guess, my question addressed to people who aren't believers. Do you think, what do you think about gratitude as something that is not tied into a deity or a God that transcends this world? Is it still a useful practice to just consider the things that are good in your life and consider yourself lucky? Anyway, I just feel like it's not quite the same. But anyway, what I address to Christians is I feel like there's been sort of a watering down of what Thanksgiving means over the years, because America has always been a very Christian society, and plenty of people who don't necessarily have a personal relationship with God have still honor holidays like Thanksgiving, and I think that they approach it differently and think of Thanksgiving as count your blessings. Just consider all the things in your life that are awesome, list those off, and those are the things that you're grateful for, and that's how you celebrate Thanksgiving. Rather than, again, a gratitude toward God. I don't know, I feel like that something's kind of lost there, because I was looking at a bunch of Bible verses, and every verse that I read was all about give thanks to God in all circumstances, even when people around you are dying, when your life is not turning out the way you were expecting it. The Bible has a very radical concept of gratitude, that you're grateful to God despite everything that's going on. So I was curious if you've felt that that watering down of gratitude to just a list of good things in your life rather than gratitude toward God in everything. So anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on gratitude. I guess the one last thought is, I guess just that I feel like people who want to change the world and yet they don't have gratitude in their hearts, I don't trust those kinds of people. I feel like in order to make the world a better place, you have to have some amount of gratitude, because I feel like if you're nothing but a ball of resentment who wants to change the world, you're basically just trying to take revenge on society. So I feel like gratitude is just absolutely foundational to having a healthy and functioning society. So that's a one last thought on gratitude. Anyway, so those are a bunch of my meandering thoughts on gratitude. Sorry I didn't have so much time to prepare for this video, but I hope that that opens up a few interesting discussions. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on gratitude, on if it's important, and how it plays out in your life, and maybe the things that you're grateful for. So that's all I have this week. So later.